His challenger, Democrat and Congressman John Sestak. Joe Sestak.
Hi, I'm Joe Sestak, and I very much appreciate the opportunity to say a few words about this particular race for the United States Senate. I've been very fortunate. I had 31 years in the U.S. Navy. I followed my father's footsteps. I got to do everything I wanted to by 1985, command a ship at sea, and then I was very fortunate to lead men and women into war and carry a battle group in the war in Afghanistan. I got to serve President Clinton as the Director of Defense Policy. I love this nation. In the military, we just breed problem solvers. I ran for the United States Congress because I was indebted to this country. My daughter, my only child at 4, was struck a few years ago with a malignant brain tumor. And we had a health care plan in the military that permitted us to now have her to be 9 years old, going on 22. That's why I'm indebted. But I'm running for the United States Senate because I think that Washington, D.C. has actually forgotten that it's the middle class, and those who just want the opportunity to move up into the middle class, that drive the prosperity of this nation. For far too long, Washington, D.C. has actually given the benefits to special interests, to Wall Street, to corporations, and given them the rules or the lack of rules that let Wall Street gamble with our savings, that drove this economy into the ground. I got to Congress and I felt like I was in the Navy on my first warship. I was a damage control officer and had to help control the damage. I appreciate the values of my opponent, Congressman Toomey, but I so disagree that it is corporations that should have zero taxes, as he advocates. That corporations that now invest in a factory in China won't have their profits taxed as long as they reinvest in there. And where he actually believes that buying American, as he says in his book, is an unfortunate tendency. Most, however, I disagree with his approach that when he was a lobbyist for Wall Street founded firm, he actually tried to remove from the party moderate Republicans. If there's ever a moment in Washington, D.C., we need people to reach across the aisle in a bipartisan way to try to attempt to come together to solve our problems, from energy to being able to the right education approach, to making sure that small businesses get the tax credits in order to create the jobs, because it is small business create 80% of all jobs. That's what we have to do. So thank you. I very much would appreciate your vote in order to serve you, not as a politician, but as a public servant. But more than anything, come out, most of all, to honor those men and women who serve in the military overseas every day, protecting your right to vote. Thank you.
Now there